we did do one, but to be completely honest, I forgot to edit it, and then the things we talked about it are really irrelevant now because it's been like 2 weeks.
Oh, we never released that podcast?
No, because I didn't edit it, and then we were gonna, and then we talked about a lot of political stuff, and then a lot of movies that came out. And
that
been
one,
out for
I
like
like
a
that
month
one.
now.
Anyway, Lila's at our feet. You probably can't see her, but she, follows us everywhere now.
Yeah.
She follows us way more than she used to, I feel like.
Especially today because it's been raining a lot. It's pouring right now. Did you know that?
I didn't realize it was raining. She hates the rain.
Yeah.
And
then
thunder.
we're also doing a lot of stuff with the rooms and whatnot. A lot of new noises. So.
With the house.
But
we're staying.
What?
I don't even know if we...
What do you mean?
Ever said we're staying. I guess we did.
Yeah, but long story short, a lot of stuff has happened. We just got a 3D printer. The Bamboo X1 Carbon. So soon we'll be making stuff you guys can buy on our MR Creations Instagram or Etsy page. So soon we'll have stuff for that.
Here's our first question. I have a question. Ready? It's a would you rather question.
Well, are you just jumping right into this?
Yeah, why not? So
Okay.
would you rather live in the ocean as a person, like mermaid, merman, or live in a treehouse in the heart of the rainforest with the ability to communicate with animals?
What was the first one?
Why is that even a question? It's easy answer. Would you rather live in the ocean as a person, or live in
you can't get out of the ocean?
Yeah, like you're a mermaid. They live there. Or live in a treehouse in the heart of the rainforest with the ability to communicate with animals. I would go. Yeah, you can go first.
Well,
I feel like that's not even a question. That was a horrible question.
Why did you ask it? But I would say the
question.
rainforest one.
Yeah, because some people might not want to communicate with animals.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like being in the ocean all the time, you're definitely limiting yourself. But you're limiting yourself with the human interaction with the rainforest.
You'd probably get really bored in the ocean, though. It would be fun, like being a mermaid, though.
I just think the Amazon's a little more familiar than living in the ocean. That I'd probably pick that because then maybe I'll stumble across a tribe that is somewhat of a human. But when you're in the ocean, there's no humans living in the ocean. So
okay, so I have a good one. Would you rather live in a world where everyone's emotions are visible as colors, or where everyone has a visible timer above their heads showing how much time they have to live?
Have you seen the movie Timer with Justin Timberlake and I think Mila Kunis, where they have like time is your currency, and so you can.
Oh
see,
yes, I have seen that. Ooh, that's.
What was the first one again? I keep forgetting the first one. Both your.
Would you rather live in a world where everyone's
colors.
emotions are visible as colors, or where everyone has a visible timer above their head showing how much time they have to live?
I would say the timer above my head. That way I could definitely. Because I would get too paranoid. Because sometimes I don't want people knowing how I'm feeling.
Or like how angry you are.
I'd rather see like the timer thing, because if I know I'm going to die soon, I could at least live my life longer.
I'm so comfortable with my emotions that I'm like, maybe I just want to turn red when I'm angry, just so you know, instead of having a timer. What if you meet somebody that has like 5 day?
But imagine being at work and then like your boss knows you're getting annoyed, and then you're like, if you can't hide from your boss.
Red,
yeah. For me, yeah, it's easy.
That's a hard one though, because could you imagine if you had to walk around where people had their timer when they were gonna die on their head?
That would make me live life probably a little more.
So much better.
Yes, so you're.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think.
The color thing is just too intruding. Like, I don't want people knowing how I feel.
It's like, oh, you have 5 years left.
Because imagine being in a position where you're meeting someone for the first time and you like think they're annoying, but like you gotta play.
Yellow.
Yeah, so then, I don't like that. And what's another question you got? Because you've got some good questions so far.
ChatGPT, baby. Okay, would you rather have the power to heal any illness or injury but absorb the pain and suffering of the person you heal, or have the power to bring back the dead but only if you sacrifice a year of your own life for each person? What?
Wait, what was the first one?
Okay.
The second ones are always like odd, like, so I'm like, really?
Ready? Would you rather have the power to heal any illness but absorb the pain and suffering of the person you heal, or...
How long is the pain and suffering staying? Like, if they have cancer?
Yeah, cancer, you're riding it out. or have the power to bring back the dead, but only if you sacrifice a year of your own life.
This is the first time I'm going with A because I'm not. I mean,
I'm not dying for a year to bring back a dead person.
yeah, and then at the end of the day, they're always gonna have to. They're gonna die soon. It's not like you're gonna live forever. So I'll definitely do A on that one. But still, it's hard to judge that one because say you healed their cancer, but how long do you feel like you have cancer for? Or like
however long they were gonna have cancer. So like maybe it's a 1 year and they're done, or maybe it's a 4 year and it comes back.
Then I'll do A. I think I'll do A. Yeah, definitely.
I'll probably do A.
Okay, keep going with these. I like these.
Would you rather live in a world where everyone can hear your thoughts, or live in complete silence where nobody can communicate with words?
Oh. I'll go complete silence.
Would you rather?
They can't communicate with words, but so you can communicate in other ways.
I'm picking silence.
Yeah, because I don't.
You do not want to know what the fuck goes up on there. Up in there.
Because you can still communicate, right? Just not with words. That's what or no communicating. Like we can't even know what we're. Because then it's kind of pointless. If you can't communicate at all, then what's the point of like seeing? You wouldn't want to talk to people. I wouldn't want to be around people. Like,
could you imagine if we had like?
Which one was it?
Would you rather live in a world where everyone can hear your thoughts, or live in complete silence where nobody can communicate with words?
With words. Okay. I would rather do that because then I'll communicate with other ways, like sign language.
Some thoughts are meant to not be shared.
Yeah, just the thought thing is like there's just too many. Like I could be thinking about something pop in my head. I want to kill it, like just murder. Like we're watching a murder trial, and then in my head something pops up. I'm like, oh, what if I murder? And then that person knows you thought of that. There's so many random thoughts I have that I don't want people knowing those random.
Like,
thoughts.
oh, I could just drive off this cliff.
Yeah, like when I'm driving, we live in woods. Sometimes it's like really raining. Like, whoa, what if I just hit that tree? Then everyone in the car like, oh, what the fuck? Why are you doing that?
What if I just drive off the mountain?
Yeah,
They'll be like, what the hell? Yeah,
I
because
would not, no.
And you can't tell me. I feel like there has to be a huge group of people that have those random thoughts. Like not like no suicide, but like I'm not actually gonna do it. But in your mind, you're driving. You're like, damn, what would it be like to go 90 and run off the road?
I have random thoughts like that sometimes.
All the time.
Like, especially like if it's raining or like I'm going a little like a fast down the corner and I'm like, what if I just lose control and hit something? Like,
but then again, oh yeah, that'd be crazy.
Why?
I don't know. The whole thoughts thing. I don't like questions about thoughts.
What's the next one?
No, they're all random.
I like those. Okay, want me to tell you my one I had?
Yeah.
We stole this off of someone else's podcast. We could tag them if we make this clip, but this is a would you rather question.
Okay.
If you had to be stranded for 50 days to win $500 million, where would you have the best chance of winning? The ocean, so you're in like a little craft, like you're on like a little castaway craft. The desert, the Amazon, or Antarctica?
Easily the ocean.
What?
Wait.
You think the ocean
Do I get like a home? Like, do I get a boat?
You get the little castaway boat. Like a little. Have you seen the movie Castaway?
Yeah.
You're not getting a boat. You think you could survive on the ocean for 50 days on a little boat like that? How? What if you run out of food? You have no. The easiest is clearly
Fish.
Amazon. There's so many fruits and vegetables in there. You have running water.
I get to have a choice, and you get to have a choice.
There's alligators, panthers, or crocodiles, panthers, bunch of venomous stuff. But there's a bunch of fruit and stuff like that. The desert would suck.
Desert's absolutely not. There's no way.
It's super hot during the day and super cold during the night.
I'd
You would not be able. Antarctica?
I'm thinking the ocean.
What if a storm comes? A giant storm.
Then it was my time to go. But
I
think
you're trying to win $500 million.
Oh yeah. I forgot money's involved.
Your best chance is either Amazon or maybe Antarctica.
I'm going with the ocean. I'm sticking with the ocean.
You better hope there's no storms, because you're going to get screwed if there's a storm.
I feel like I could be a mermaid in past life.
That's your other question. You can't
So-
combine questions.
I feel like I'd be a mermaid in past life, so I feel like I could survive in the ocean. If you believe, you can achieve, you know?
Okay. You have no more questions out of yours?
Oh my gosh.
I only had one.
Yeah, I've had like 5. You keep asking me about these damn questions.
Well, you had someone else help you.
That's true.
What?
I had a friend help me.
Well, I guess while you're doing that...
Okay, wait. One more. Would you rather be able to fly but only as fast as you can walk, or have super speed but only while crawling on all 4s? That reminds me of a ghost I've seen before.
I mean, the flying as fast as you walk would be pretty cool, just because you'd still go faster than
I'm
people.
on all 4s ready to attack. Do you know how cool it'd be if you could get down and go, wow, wow, wow?
Yeah, but then
Lila would be like,
hands
what the heck?
You have to get special gloves.
No, build up
Your
those
hands-
calluses.
Your
like
hands are gonna
lifting.
get all dirty. What are you going through the streets and whatnot? What do you cut yourself on some glass? I mean, unless is your skin not is your skin extra powerful? Because if you're going super fast, your hands are gonna be running over some nasty stuff.
I feel like your hands get used to it. Like, you know, people have like the
Yeah, a little dirty mine.
I know. I have my calluses are coming back, which I love because it means I like calluses. I guess not for holy hands, but
Okay, so what else is your questions? Also, another video that we were going to think about doing is about Odin and what it's like living with a 115-pound puppy. So stay tuned for that video. Oh, another thing we didn't bring up, the Melly case. Yo, the jury is right now at a standstill or deadlock. 4-4. I don't think it's gone to a mistrial yet, but this is my stance on it. At the beginning of the trial, I literally thought this guy murdered his friends out of cold blood. What a piece of crap. At the end of the trial, I thought, man, this guy murdered his friends who suck, who are mooching off him, and I can relate to that.
Oh my gosh.
Not relate to like
killing,
but like
revenge.
So he's making millions and millions of dollars, and he's hanging out with his friends, who, if you listen to their music, is awful. His friend's name's Sack Chaser, and Juvie, and their music's complete garbage compared to his. Melly has a good voice, and then in those text messages, his friend's taking credit. You're just the face of it. I'm the true CEO. While Melly's paying for everyone's stuff. He pays for their house. He pays for their cars, their phone bills. And then he's getting talked to like that, where the kid threatened to kill everyone. Like, bro,
So,
if
like,
I was Melly, I wouldn't have... Okay, I'm not going to say I would have killed him, me too. But I could definitely see where Melly was coming through. Because that guy said he would literally kill everyone.
Either way, this is going to be huge.
He said everyone will die.
Either way, this is going to be huge because it's a celebrity trial, whatever, but we've been keeping up with it. And I feel like I had to watch the whole thing to really get a grasp of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he did it.
I feel like he did it, but right now...
But I feel like it's understandable why he did it, which does make it okay. But I feel like people online that are like, free Melly, free Melly.
Yeah.
That's like a so one-sided thing. They're going to go crazy when the verdict's out.
Yeah, and the really messed up part about it is Juvie, who they have no text messages of Juvie talking bad about Melly. They only have Sack Chaser. So I think what happened was Melly killed Sack Chaser. Juvie tried to resist. It's like tried to fight back, and he killed Juvie. Because why didn't he kill Bortland too, the driver? Like so they either Bortland and him planned it to kill Sack Chaser, and then Juvie got But the thing is, Juby's sister is saying Melly's like free Melly and whatnot. The one that one of the people that Melly killed, his sister's like on.
But then
Melly's
I saw that her dad, I think,
Yeah, her
was
dad.
like disowned her.
Yeah, her dad
for saying
kinda,
that.
Um,
That's so crazy. You know, it's crazy because they have a little community, obviously, like their family, their families, and to have that just happen in your friend group is crazy.
yeah, and the
Best friends.
Yeah, imagine being all.
And this prosecutor's horrible. She's like, you killed your best friends.
I think what happened. I think it's
Spicy.
I think it's more people know what happened and were part of the planning than is led to be on. Because I think, okay, so Sack Chaser, Juvie, and Melly are the three that were friends from life.
Yeah.
Everyone else were friends from music industry business stuff. And they probably saw Melly and his three friends, saw them come up together, but then saw Melly as like, Melly's of course has that it factor, all the talent, and he had these two friends are kind of the ones kind of like just tagging along but pretending to be the manager.
Yeah.
When Melly has his own manager, and while this Sack Chaser's like pretending to be like he's the CEO, Track, who's Melly's manager, is actually the CEO managing Melly. So it's like Sack Chaser and Juby were probably just not saying pretending, they're just like mooching off of him.
Yeah.
And I bet you his manager and every one of his
Honestly,
business people that do music with him, I wouldn't say we're in on it, but had to have an idea what
honestly,
happened.
if he didn't get caught, it would have been like he should have took him out. Like in the streets or something, you know?
But
Bizarre. Who knows? Pray for the kid. Pray for all of them.
yeah, I don't believe they should have died. I don't think, but I could definitely see why Melly did it now. He should go to jail.
If he did.
No, he definitely did it. He admitted to doing it in a text message.
Oh,
There's literally that messages.
I did it.
I did it. Shh. I did that.
I did that.
And the guy's like saying, "Oh, are you okay?" No, like, man, chill. I did that. I don't know.
did it.
So.
Wild crap. Well, we've been running around the mountain.
Oh yeah.
We haven't we should insert I've never gotten a clear picture of the hill we run, the incline, because I'm like it's challenging.
It's hard to get a picture of the incline.
It's hard to really show you how like the incline gets, but we did 3 laps yesterday. First time doing 3 laps, and I think my legs are warming up.
Hey, the print's done.
Oh, also.
Or you could see, you can watch the
I think my legs are warming up to the runs. They definitely feel a lot stronger. I'm learning. I feel like it's funny because you can be at whatever fitness level you're at, like with your environment, and then when your environment changes, if you like doing just not one style of fitness, if your environment changes, you have to adapt and you have to see what you can do with what you have. You know what I mean? So we like running. We love running. So when we went from flat to hill, we're like, let's not just stop running. We're like, let's adapt and let's freaking conquer the hills. And it feels like, literally how lame it sounds, it feels like I'm just, getting Miley Cyrus, like climbing a mountain, like,
yeah, I mean, the other day,
every time
you asked me like why I liked running, and it's because I don't like sitting down and meditating, and I feel like when I'm running, it's like a form of meditation. But running up the hills is different than when you're running flat ground, which like we ran. I mean, when we ran that like what was it, 11 miles, that was way harder than the hills, but like doing 3 laps,
8 miles is so much easier.
Your legs die quicker than your actual lungs. So like you feel like
you feel good.
I'm running up the hill, and I'm like I feel like I can go, but it's just my legs start giving
out. But honestly, yeah, they feel like 1,000,000 pounds. But I'm proud of us for going and continue to go every day, just because I always feel better afterwards. Yeah. Running is a form of meditation, and I like doing different forms of meditation. Like I'm one that needs to sit and breathe and be in silence, but also I love running. If I'm like, if I'm in like a bad mood, I'm like, I need to go on a freaking run.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's so freeing. And for some reason, if you're upset or angry, go climb a freaking mountain. Because that shit comes out of
Unless
you.
if you're in Florida, you can't.
And the body, but it comes out of you completely. I feel like
What, farts?
no, when I'm running up the mountain and my legs are dying, Eminem in my ears, I'm like, I can accomplish anything if I can get up this freaking mountain without stopping.
And then he literally says, like in the thing, like when your
legs weak.
Yeah, when you feel weak, do not give up. And
I'm like, I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
Eminem. And Slim, whatever. Which one made that? Was it Eminem or Slim that made that? Because you know how he has like the chain.
I want to say Eminem. But it's funny because I feel like I would never stop. Like I'm never gonna give up. And the reason why we ran 3, we've been on 2 for a while. Well, we were on 1 for forever.
And then
we got to 2, and then
I
was jealous. Like, we went on 2 laps, and I wasn't satisfied. And I was like, oh, I know I can do another, so I just want to do another.
I forgot to turn the lamp on.
Your mind totally just holds you back sometimes. That day yesterday, I was like, I literally need to just run another one.
Yeah, my legs are shot after.
My legs were shot, but my mind was like,
I didn't know you wanted to do 3. So I went all out.
I didn't want to do 3. I wasn't satisfied with 2, so I had to do 3.
Yeah.
That's how it went down. I used to do that in the gym. Like, you know, if you perform well, if you do well, and your brain's not, like, sometimes your brain's like, you could have done better than that.
Yeah,
that was a crappy workout. Some days you gotta live with it, take a shower, whatever, go on with life. Some days you're like, let me do another one. I do that all the time.
So
even with reps, which is.
Here's another good question. Actually, I'm gonna end the questions. Do you mind if we do a new segment?
What the hell is the segment?
It's called Challenge of the Week.
What's the challenge of the week?
This segment is brought to you by.
Hi, I'm Paul.
All right. Well, if there was no cut, because maybe the editing would take too long. But at the end of the podcast, I think if we do this on a weekly basis, because we're also going to try potentially, instead of doing podcasts all the time, we've said this before, is doing vlogs or like cinematic videos and whatnot. But challenge ourselves by the next time we do a video, whether it is lose 3 pounds, run every day of the week. We have to do the challenge, or it could be a crazy challenge like. Remember, we have 2 hot chips left. Sneak the hot chip into the in someone else's food, or make them consume the hot chip without knowing. But if you get caught giving them the hot chip, no, I'm not saying we're doing that one to this week, but that's an idea. But this week's challenge could be an exercise one, because we did a good week. I had a good week of working out.
Huge week of exercise.
Yeah. I either worked out or
Definitely.
I either ran or did like a workout every day, and I'm gonna try to continue it for the next couple days of the weekend. So
this week was hard on my body.
what do you want the challenge to be?
So you throw out that speech and then you make me choose. Okay, let's see. So it's just a week challenge.
Yeah, just 1 week.
And so do we have to document it?
You should. And then we'll
how are
do
you
in the
gonna
front of
prove?
and then we'll document it, and then try to create a quick montage of the challenge in the front of the next video.
So my meditations, I've been wanting to go every day. I've been doing like every other day. My sit down meditation, so I want to meditate every day for a week in the morning.
So that's your challenge will be meditate consistently.
Mhm.
Okay. My challenge for next week will have the first prototype of our first product for our store that we can show on here, created by the 3D printer, by next week.
Okay.
Is it plastic on my eye?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, that's a good idea.
And then that way we can show you guys because I already have an idea of a few
It's just so exciting.
products. One's going to be a potentially. Actually, I'm not going to tell you.
Well, yeah, what?
But that way we have a prototype ready for next week. And then eventually our merch, we want to do, like, you like fashion, of course. I like nice stuff, like looking good. Our merch for clothes will be not like basic t-shirts. It's going to be like cool, nice Nice hats, nice sweatshirts.
We love a good colored hat.
A good hat. I like
A
hats.
good colored hat. We both are hat people.
Actually,
So.
we can showcase our new logo.
Oh my goodness!
New logo right here.
Your hands are filthy, mate. Well, we've been, trying to get it. We've been so busy.
Yeah. Yeah,
We've been so busy. So, and that's really not an excuse to keep putting what we want to do to the side. So, we got to show up more for ourselves.
So my challenge is to have the prototype done by next week, and I think that's really doable because after we're done with this, I'm gonna stay up until that thing works. And I think it did. I saw the print and it looked pretty good. Odin's trained now.
Fully trained.
Fully trained, off leashed. You put him in his cage.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the bed right now.
He's a whiner, man. He's always wants to whine. Always wants to be around people. Can't wait till we have him out for a long time. Well, he's able to stay out because he's itching for it. But I don't trust him fully yet. He's still a baby.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we can wrap this one up.
Boom, boom, bada bing.
But next week, stay tuned for our update on the challenge. You'll see the prototype of our first product. See if she actually goes through with meditating every day, and if she does, how it changed her mentally. Because I feel like that would be a good thing if you stick to it. The recap, so that way you could kind of diagnose. And before we end, is there any piece of advice, anything you want to get off your chest that you didn't talk about today that you wanted to bring up on the podcast? That leave the viewers with some.
Everything is a choice. Hopefully you choose the right things. And if you don't, hopefully you recognize you're not choosing the right things. And choose other things that contribute to your happiness and your success. Because everything's a choice.